comic book homies? It is your boy Y290 in the building. And for all the 90 holics in the chat and watching this on the rewind, YouTube is 90. And it is Sunday night Slab Down recap as your boy Y290 and your other boy Macho Head 84 bring you the recap of the Slab Down Tournament to catch you up on everything that is going down and to prepare you for these upcoming Slab Down matches. And with that being said, I want to introduce to you my brother from another mother, as always, bringing you the action, and he is breaking it down tonight with me as well. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Head 84.
Chad, I'm very honored to be here. I don't have my shades on because it's casual Sunday. No
Yeah.
slab down match, so I'm very casual. Ready to break it down with you, dog. Wait, we're doing this.
Well,
let me take the shades.
84. Yeah, you can take. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're hanging out tonight.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for being here, as always, as we're chopping it up on this Sunday night Slab Down recap. I want to thank all the fine members in the community that are joining us in the chat as well. We got, right off the bat, my brother, actually. He's actually my brother. He was actually at my house earlier today. We were barbecuing. Infamous 3722. What is going on, me man? Appreciate you for joining us.
The infamous one, Flesh and Blood.
And we also got Jeff Comics 813. What is going on? We appreciate you guys for being here as we bring you the Slab Down recap. And I'm sure more 90 holics will start jumping in as well. And we got the cover champ. I guess you got to pay some respect. Yeah, the cover champ. We all know. The one himself, the Tone. What is going on, Tony? Thank you for being here. But the cover champ, and not just the cover champ, he is your current hunt champion. And if I'm not mistaken, he is the second undisputed hunt champion, because you already know your boy Y290 was the first one when I came in there and cashed in comics in the bank. So I got to shout out to Tone for that real quick. Congrats to you as the undisputed hunt champion. He's got both titles right now.
That cover champ's mine, Tone. Got my sights on your cover championship. Yeah. As soon as you step up to the plate, Macho's gonna make that disputed hunt champion.
Oh, and we already know Macho Head has been coming after that cover championship, and he's trying to get a crack at it. So eventually it's going to happen, Macho Head. Don't worry. You're going to get
nipping at his heels.
Yeah. We got the next end. We got the Biggie, Biggie Shack's the other NWO member. He's got a crack at the cover championship now that he lost the hunt championship. I believe that's how it runs. But
is that how it works? Is that why when someone loses?
I think that's how it works. But if I'm not mistaken, 84, you present a great case, and we're gonna make it happen, yo.
I am a former hunt champion, the first challenger champ, by the way.
And the first person to ever win the hunt that wasn't, a hunt panel member.
That's right. First challenger champion.
Yeah, right. That's right. For the
I'm a highly decorated champion, so I know I'll get my turn. I understand you might want to take some time, because once I win it, I'm probably gonna reign for like 6 months with it. So I understand they want other people get in first, because once I get it, I ain't letting it go.
Yeah, maybe he's afraid of the 90 effect. If 84 gets it, it's just gonna be like when 90 had it, yo. Because not only was I your first undisputed hunt champion, I was the longest reigning cover champion, baby. And I defended that bad boy 3 times. Despite of me, if I was ducking some people, if that's what they want to go ahead and say, I wasn't ducking nobody, all right? I was taking care of real life. But outside of that, I defended that cover championship on 3 different occasions. So get at your boy, Look
who it is. The king is in the chat.
Yeah, man. And he's got a slab down exhibition match already in the win column. And he's already making his stake, to be #1 contender.
That's right. And we're actually going to go through all that this evening. We're going to recap all the matches. We have some nice infographics, you know what I mean, to illustrate these points. We're going to show you the standings. We're going to show you who has advanced to the next rounds and what the upcoming matches are going to be. So we got a lot of hot slab down content for you.
A lot of
right
hot
here.
slab down, just hot takes coming your way, because we're going to just hopefully try to recap it the best we can, because nothing like the actual matches when they went down. Like, there's no way we can like relive them. You know what I mean? 84. But it'll be nice to kind of just recap it. But like that first match, you know, Libre, Biggie Shaq just, I mean, I don't know if he was taking the world by surprise. We all should have expected Biggie Shaq just making the bold move.
Yeah. And,
you know what I mean?
And he came in hot. And speaking of coming in hot, Joe Ryan.
Hey, what's up, Uncle Joe?
Uncle Joe coming straight up in here, mixing it up. Just generally shots fired in every direction.
That's what Uncle Joe likes to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he will make his appearance on the Slab Down one of these nights.
That'd be
Yeah. That would be awesome to get Uncle Joe on there, because you already know NW Joe. If you ain't with it, you got to get out of his way, because he's coming.
And don't mess with Joe, because he'll make you say Uncle Joe.
Yeah. I love that you got your NWO shirt. I'm rocking my Chris Jericho shirt, because you already know, if you guys don't know in the chat, Chris Jericho, first AEW World Champion. And I'll say this, bro, as a 49-year-old man, Chris Jericho still being relevant, still has it.
Who did he beat for it?
Still has it. If I'm not mistaken, it was Hangman Page. So, but it was a great that whole pay-per-view event last night, Kenny. Phenomenal. You got to watch that Young Bucks match. That tag team match, Young Bucks, was on
fire. I will say, I always hear that like Young Bucks are like a big deal.
Oh, and yeah, man. They're one of the, I think they're,
I haven't really seen many matches for them, but I've seen like pictures and promos of them, and I'm like, I don't get it. They look like a low rent Hardy Boys, but maybe I probably don't grasp it yet. Maybe I got to see them do matches and stuff, because they're legit, right?
Yeah, super legit. And it was Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. Lucha Bros were defending the titles, and they retained, but it was a phenomenal match, bro. Pentagon is just, he's one of the best luchas out there, bro, for sure. It was entertaining, and just from the beginning of the match until the end. And then Art Anderson hopping in at the end.
Art Anderson came in?
Yeah, Art Anderson came in, dropped a little spine buster. You know?
Yeah,
bro. It was a good, bro.
Or brain buster, right?
He dropped the brain buster.
He dropped the cleanest brain buster in the biz for a while.
I believe he dropped the spine buster, if I'm not mistaken. It was a little spine buster he dropped. But it was a night. Oh, bro, it was a great pay-per-view, bro. You should have watched it. I'm sure you can find it on the replay. Find the replay, bro. AEW.
Find a replay. Yeah.
It was a great pay-per-view match, and I think
he must be pretty old, huh?
Yeah, bro. He's super. But what was awesome about that? Right, and I guess we will get to the Slab Down recap.
Yeah.
But as I'm kind of reflecting on this, what I think they did great about Art Anderson coming in, and like they kind of just showed you a flash. It was just one quick moment. He wasn't in the ring more than 30 seconds, right? But he just came in, stared him down, spine buster, out. But it was
who did he hit?
Off the top of my head, I can't. If I'm not mistaken, it was
Infamous knows.
Yeah, I'm sure he does know. Was it Cody Rhodes? It might have been. I don't know if it was. I think it was Cody Rhodes. It might have been. I'm not sure. I forget. I was super tired when I was watching it. But anyway, he came in. It showed it gave you that just awesome remembrance of what he was as a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And just like, oh wow, remember that. It was great. Where Sean Spears, it was Sean Spears. Okay, thank you, Tony. Tony watched it. Thank you. It wasn't Cody Rhodes. I was so tired after that night, bro. Yesterday was a long day as I'm hurricane prepping. That's why I got on late tonight, and we don't have really a show because I've been prepping all day. So shout out to anyone in Florida. Stay safe. Hurricane Dorian. We don't know where this thing's going, so just be safe. But what was awesome, Art Anderson come in, shows his flash. You remember what he was, from back in the day, where I feel like AEW is, they're trying to, bring that old school mixed new school type feel, with the wrestling, but they want to for instance, lift up those legends and spotlight them in a good way. Where I think the WWE, when they bring in their legends, they kind of just like bring them down. You know what I'm saying? Like when they bring in Kurt Angle, it becomes just more of a joke, and the wrestlers kind of like walk over him as the general manager. And same thing with Mick Foley and stuff like that. Where this was like you were just shown something that you remembered from that incredible wrestler. It just made you just total nostalgic feeling, and that's what I loved about it. So it was awesome, bro. Blood, chairs, tables, awesome stuff, bro. You gotta watch it. Yeah, bro.
Check it out. As soon as I finish, this weekend I've been doing a lot of binge watching of the show Mindhunter on Netflix, dude. Ooh, wait, that gets a big stamp of approval from your boy about like hunting serial killers and stuff. Very good show is all I'm gonna say. Once I finish binge watching that, I'll check out the AEW.
All right, Mindhunter. All right.
Yeah, Joe Ryan knows what's up.
Yeah, he agrees. He's on
good
it.
Show.
He is on it.
What do you say, man? Want to dig into this thing?
Bro, let's hop in it. We've been talking enough, right? We've been jabbering enough. Let's hop into the Slab Down recap. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and show what the bracket started off as, and then we're going to go ahead and start breaking down some of the matches, and then we're going to talk about some of the upcoming matches that you guys are going to be seeing. So 84, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, the chat's ready. Let's do it, baby. All right, so these were the themes of the matchups. In the first round, we had headlight covers, we had villain covers, shiny cover, animal cover, team up cover, bloody cover, floating heads, and battle cover. If I'm not mistaken, we've seen the headlight cover match, we've seen the villain cover match, and we have seen the floating head cover match. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've seen headlight, villain, team up, and floating head. And we were in battle cover was what we were going to have tonight with NYC and Rod. But that'll be coming soon. Yeah, so this was the overall theme bracket. Let me see. I can jump over. Can you close this out while I toggle to the other one, just so I don't show the wrong one?
For sure, definitely.
Whoa. And then the matchups.
The first match. Oh, you got the matchups there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right. Why don't I just go to the match? Well, no, I don't.
Oh, never mind. I thought you had it.
So this was so let's go with the first matchup that we had.
The first matchup, let's just break it down. The first matchup that we had that premiered on the Slab Down Tournament was the headlight covers, the Immortal Biggie Shaq versus Haya Lucha Libre. And I'm just going to say, we all should have expected the bold move from Biggie Shaq. Everyone was surprised, I guess. I don't know why we were surprised, but Biggie Shaq came with the hot heat that didn't really go his way, if I recall correctly. 84, and it looked like he had to on the fly change up his strategy, and that somehow worked because he advanced to the next round.
Yeah, man, he came out swinging, dude. He went with the bold moves, not traditional headlight covers for a couple of those Lookers books, right? There was some graphic NC-17 type covers that they definitely made the match memorable, that's for sure, and it was great entertainment value.
Without a doubt.
I'm sure that would be, I don't know who the Dave Meltzer of Slab Down's going to be, but maybe someone should rate this if it's a 5-star match or not, because it probably is.
You're going to go ahead and put 5 stars on it?
I mean, yeah, I'll call it a 5-star match. We have to give some thought if we're actually going to do a star rating on these, but yeah, man, I'd say why not? 5-star match.
No, 5 slab match. A 5, we're rating by slabs. We'll rate them that way as a slab down,
Yeah.
So a full 5 slabs. You're giving it.
I mean, I don't want to give any other matches less than 5. They've all been really good, so I don't know.
Well, okay, I'll say this. I'm gonna go ahead and overall on this, I'm giving this one a 4 slab. Right? Okay. I'll give it 4 slabs. Without a doubt, the entertainment factor was there.
Yeah.
Biggie Shaq definitely brought the Shaq value, and I think because of that, and I'm giving it the 4 slab is, it's that X-rated. You can't have anyone that's not of the age of 18 watching that matchup, And I think because of that, you kind of have to, it hinders it a little bit, because you got some things that not everyone should see. But at the same time,
Slab Down's CBF though, it's where the big boys play, brother. So
it
you know what I'm saying? You
is
gotta.
where the big boys play. But I also think that, just the whole setup that Libre had, it just put Libre in an awkward situation. And that's the only reason why I'm giving it
right.
4 slabs. Because if Libre wasn't in the situation that he was in, because he went ahead and brought in the cheerleaders.
Yeah, he had his daughters there.
Yeah. And I think that was just one of those things that it just really made it awkward for him. And that's why I'm giving it 4 slabs, because it wasn't, but at the same time, you expect nothing less from the immortal Biggie Shaq. The bold move.
Biggie Shaq brought it. Yeah, there were still cool cool books that he put out, especially the first one, which was like a playing card situation, and they were like mirroring each other. That one I thought was cool. It's like pretty artistic, This cool design layout. The other one that he dropped with like the double fisting, that one was pretty wild.
But both these books, by the way, did not win. They did not win.
That's right. So, they made the match memorable, but he didn't win with those. He had to
change up his game plan and show different books. And when he went with the more classy and elegant books of Headlights, he won those rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And he even took down a beautiful Vampirella book.
I was surprised by that. Because that Vampirella book.
But it was it was Rags versus Vampirella, and he took down that Vampirella book, and that Vampirella book was beautiful.
Yeah, was that his last? Was that the because it went down to the 5th round?
Yeah, that was.
I always love when that happens. The drama's there.
Bro, that's the best part of the Slab Down when it gets, it goes 2-0, climbs back 2-2.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and then you're just like, oh, which way is this gonna swing? And that's why we hop in it. It was the 1 in 50. A Jeff Comics 813 reminds us the Rags was the 1 in 50, or that's the Vampirella. It could have been the Vampirella.
There's the J. Scott Campbell Vampirella red book. So
look at John's Comics with Kids. He's staking his Michael Jordan stance right there. 4 rounds and done.
That's right. It didn't go to 5 rounds, right, with him and JD.
And you know what? I think that is a great transition. Let's go ahead and bring up the exhibition match of JD Flair and John's Comics with Kids, because it went 4 rounds. And before the 4th and final book to win the match happened, right?
Yep, it's good to go.
Before this happens, all 3 rounds leading up to it, great stuff by John, great stuff by JD, but John just bringing the heat on the mic, and he went out in the 4th round, laid all of his cards out on the table, and pretty much said, my game plan was to win in 4 rounds. This is the round that if I do not win, I know I'm not winning this match, but this is my hand. And he won with that. And it was incredible. And the way he spun it, the way he just argued his books against JD's books was on a whole nother level. And quite shocking, JD didn't bring the heat that you would expect JD to bring to a tournament like this. And it would make you think that maybe he didn't think the Slab Down was up to the caliber of probably what he thought the Hunt is. But real quickly, he found out that you had to bring that good stuff to get on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's not about big books on Slab Down. It's about matching the cover theme. And this was an exhibition match, cosmic covers. But I think the expectation was that Silver Surfer 4 was going to come out as the last book. Was that confirmed? I don't know. Was he going to drop that for his 5th book? I don't know.
I mean, you would expect that, but you would also expect, not to say anything, that is, and John knows this too, that is a theme that is totally in JD's favor, without a doubt. And John did a great job bringing his cosmic books and killed it, with his argument. And he also brought great books. I mean, that Silver Surfer Black book that he, that 4th round book that he won with, I wish I didn't get my hands on it, So
I heat too. I'll admit, I was a little surprised by that, because if I remember correctly, there was the Star Wars book that that JD had put in, and that one was like really going over with the chat. Sorry, I actually have the video. I'm trying to refresh myself on what books were actually brought to the table. Wow, my connection was so bad during that video.
I do know that John lost with the first appearance of the Living Tribunal, if I'm not mistaken, and he lost with that book as well. I'm not. So he's like, damn.
Yeah, JD brought a Captain Marvel cover. That was pretty sweet.
Star Wars 1. There it is. That's what it was.
Yeah, Star Wars 1 against the Silver Surfer variant. And I remember when he busted out the Star Wars book, the chat was kind of lighting up of like, oh man, that Star Wars book. Everyone was pretty into it. But yeah, it eked out that I think I had to do a lot with John's salesmanship, man.
Yeah, bro, he sold.
That Surfer book.
Yep. I don't think it was just selling the Surfer book. I think just him laying all his cards out on the table and just throwing his pitch. Like, my game plan was to come in and win this in 4 rounds. And you guys know that I'm about to win. Like, he just sold it like he won that 4th round. He knew it. He was sipping his victory wine as he was pitching his 4th and final book, if I recall correctly. All right. The king was sipping his victory wine as he pulled out that Silver Surfer Black. And because of that, he's got a win and he's making his stake.
Yeah, that's right. First Ego. He had First Ego.
Oh, First Ego that he lost.
Ego, the living planet. Yeah. And he was like, what's more cosmic than a living planet?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, he's good at selling. I would say that's, if we're putting, like, when you create a character in a video game or something, you put the attributes, I think strong attribute or the back of like the comic book cards back in the day. John's attributes on salesmanship for his book, Mike skills, very strong, very high. He's naturally a good orator. Like what do you call it? Bear Island pointed out in one of his videos. He enunciates words very well. So he's an articulate dude, man. And I think that may have got him over. That and plus solid books. I mean, those great books.
Yeah, man. One with all modern books, as he just stated, as I put it up here, man.
Yeah, that Cosmic Ghost Rider was something. Yeah, man. That was a good that was our first exhibition match. And they're that's in the win column. That's on his record, man. So we'll see how that pans out in the future as we start to hash out contendership and things like that.
Yep. And it was a great exhibition match to have as our first one. But John, it's got a W, trying to make his claim for #1 contender for that Slab Down Championship once we crown your Slab Down champion. And that will bring us to the next matchup, 84, which is what?
The second match that we ever did was, and the way it worked out was the winner of Biggie Shack and High Lucha Libre. And so, as we know, Biggie Shack valiantly won that. I think, was the Tank Girl his big win book, or was it Rags? Rags was the last book that he won with? Might have been the Tank Girl. I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
Either way, Biggie Shack valiantly overcame and made that in the second match, which, what was up at stake there is the winner of this was going to proceed to face Biggie Shack. So I know Biggie Shack was watching this match closely, and it was Mr. Miracle and the Great Legend squared up on a Villains cover match.
It was great stuff. Legend brought the heat on the mic. He also brought some awesome books, and he brought some books that you wouldn't expect him to bring, but he made some great arguments, and he was bringing just the hotness on the mic. But of course, Mr. Miracle doing his thing, and he, managed to squeeze out a victory and headed to the next round.
Great Legend had one of the best quotables in that match. I still remember it to this day because he put forth the Jonah Hex cover, the snake cover. Yeah. He was saying that the snake was the villain.
As right? JB pointed out. What's up, JB? We've been discovered. Hopefully we can make the recap tomorrow morning as we're doing the Slab Down recap.
Yes. And Mr. Miracle put forth, I think, a book with Galactus on it. I can't remember which book it was, but he put forth a book with Galactus on it.
So did the Legend, didn't he?
Great. Well, for that matchup, I think that's when Mr. Miracle put forth the Adi Granov Galactus cover, the Amazing Spider-Man variant. And Great Legend said, Well, Galactus might be the eater of worlds, but the snake is the eater of the damn nutsack. And that made me die, dude. I still love that line. He did not win that round, though. The snake did not get over. I
It was
think
a
that one went
slab,
down
and that was
to
the
the end,
first
too.
round. It was it went down to all 5 rounds, and
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, that slab was brought out very early. It was either first or second round that Legend brought that slab out. Bringing the heat right off bringing the slab to the slab down. Brought out the first slab in the Slab Down Tournament, if I recall correctly. 84.
Yeah. Well, no, because Lucha Libre had slabs in his first match. Yeah, I
Did
remember
he?
he had the cool Emma Frost to
Oh, that's
quietly
right.
cover.
That's right. That is right.
So, yeah, man, but yeah, he came out strong with the slab.
See,
Great legend is a legend.
And shout out to Legend. Thank him for joining us in the Slab Down Tournament. And great matchup. And this just led, see what you said.
We minimize that for a sec while I look at
Mr. Miracle versus Biggie Shaq in the Jack Kirby theme matchup, and just 2 great collectors to be matched up in the Kirby matchup. Because you already know we're gonna see some great Kirby goodness when that match gets thrown down in the second round. 84.
That's right. Yeah, fire this next screen up.
All right, so the next one up. All right, so we're gonna bring it down, break it down for you right here. High Lucha Libre versus Biggie Shaq. Biggie Shaq goes on to win. Miracle versus Great Legend. Miracle goes on to win, and that will bring us to the second round. Biggie Shaq versus Mr. Miracle in the Kirby matchup. And like I said, I think that is a match everyone is going to be in tune for a great treat, because both those collectors have great Kirby stuff, man.
Yeah, dude. I think it's a good pick for those 2 guys, because I think they both appreciate Kirby big time, and they both got a lot of Kirby. So
without a doubt. So just, it's almost destiny and or fate for it to work out that way. 84. Yeah. When you think about it, just
it's gonna be a battle. They've already, we've seen some promos cut back and forth. Legend. Mr. Miracle is no slouch.
On the mic, he is not, man. You cannot sleep on Miracle on the mic, man.
Yeah, man.
And he's coming with the heat. He's firing shots. He didn't hold back shots on Legend, man. He fired. He didn't care how great Legend was and how much of a legend he is to the community. He fired shots at him,
Yeah, he's the hitman,
He is
Alberta, Canada, or Calgary hitman.
Making it happen, man. Making it happen. And shout out to Downright Nerdy Podcast in the chat. Thank you for being here. And Joe47771, just incredible members of the community that are hanging out with us as we're bringing you the Slab Down recap. And this is just some great stuff, because it's just leading to the next match that we had, which was what, 84?
Let me see. Can you minimize this while
I was already on it. You don't even have to say it. You just
okay.
gotta,
So, yeah, man, the next match from there, I believe, was this one.
And what a treat we were in store for. And if I'm not mistaken, 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
It went down to the wire. 5 rounds between Burke, Family Comics, and Bake the Snake. And Bake being able to just get out a win. And not only did Bake get a win on the Slab Down, if I'm not mistaken, Bake is current Friday night.
Yeah, he brought it on Friday Night Fights. Yep, brought it on Friday Night Fights. He had an electrifying intro on this match, if I remember right. He came out from behind a curtain. He had a barrel with Fabian inside, dude.
He went all out.
He's Bake the Snake, man.
He is Bake the Snake to the fullest.
And dude, but Burke Nasty though came out on like a stone cold tip.
Yeah,
he was like drinking beer, crushing cans.
Yeah, great intros by both these.
Yeah, it was good.
Contenders. And I'm just gonna say, Bake is just taking the momentum of the Slab Down, and he's making his name known in the comic book community. As we already, he's about to win 3 matches in a row, I think, on Friday Night Fights, and he's gonna win that first slab that the boy who had 7 is gonna have to give out. I think Bake's got the momentum going his way. He knows how the Friday Night Fights works. He's won twice, and he's ready to go. And I think he's gonna carry that momentum into the Slab Down, because he is facing the winner of what matchup? 84.
And by the way, let me just drop this in here real quick. I don't know if this means that me and Bake will ever lock horns or whatnot, but your boy Macho Head, is booked for the September 20th edition of the Friday Night Fights or Comigories. I think there might be a rebranding there, but it's still the same old battle. So get ready for Macho Head to get in the ring and mix it up on that. But aside from that, by the way, something that's notable about that Burke and Bake match is that was the first time that we had like a noticeable, looks like someone called an audible in the middle of the match.
What?
Because
Bake? No,
yeah,
Burke.
Burke did.
Yeah.
Because I think the book that he was saving for last, he actually bumped it up in the queue a little bit because it was going to be a sweep.
No, it looked like a straight sweep for
so
sure.
To stay alive, he busted out. I forget what book it was, but you could tell it was his Mac Daddy Slab.
And then it kept him alive. Not to say he was going to be out of that 5th round, but he already knew that he showed all of his cards to get to the 5th and final round. So
yeah,
great match.
He did what he had to do. Yep. So that's that.
It was a great match, man.
Yep. Nope. And Macho's never given up the mic. Tony. I do it all. I facilitate the matches, but I'm always ready to knuckle it up, brother. And I should also mention, this. I kind of like stumbled across this because we've been talking about it for a little while, but this like Brain Busters trivia show that we experimented out on Mega Power Hour last episode. Seems like there might be something there. Seems like it might be another way for people to kind of a little fun competitiveness. So people want to stay tuned for that too.
And if you guys have not checked that out yet, make sure you guys go check out the Comic Heads channel as they had the first Brain Buster trivia match go down. So,
sure.
But great stuff from Bake and Burke Nasty as Bake made his way through to the 2nd round. And that will bring us to the next match that we had on the Slab Down Tournament.
Did him a little out of order, but it's
it doesn't matter.
It's okay, go ahead.
Because if you guys have not seen all these matches yet, go back to the playlist on the channel, the 90MF Comics channel, and I have all the Slab Down matches in the playlist. So go ahead, watch them all. And this next match in particular, we were all in for a shocking surprise. We did not see it coming at all. But that is the D-Runk versus Chico, Mr. Garrel.
Yes.
Now, don't let this picture fool you of Mr. Garrel, because I don't know where you pulled this picture from, 84, but I think we need to somehow remake this, and we need the Chico version.
Yeah, because I made this before, the match, so we could have it as the thumbnail. But yeah, he came out with a full gimmick that electrified the audience. He debuted the Chico Razor Ramon Garrel gimmick, which went over like fire.
Bro.
Now this is a 5-star match because we got the introduction of the Garrel gimmick.
5 slab match.
5 slabs.
5 slab match. I like it.
Okay.
This one, I might have to give you the 5 slab match on this one.
Yeah, this one.
Win all 5 rounds. Both guys brought incredible books to this matchup.
Books were there. D-Runk was on fire. As you can see, he reps the Papa Runk gimmick very well with the chainmail.
The mic skills for both of these guys on point that night as well.
But probably the craziest part of this battle is the first ever Slab Down draw. It was a tie at the end of the match. So it was crazy. The crowd was stunned. I had to double count it like twice, and it was a draw. So this match actually got resolved at the end of the JD King John match. I think is where it progressed to where we had to settle the score.
One book,
death, 1-on-1,
sudden death book, and it went to that one book, and Mr. Garrel pulled it out, and he's going on to the next round, which was one of those great matches that led to just a sudden death round, man. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought we would have had a slab down tie at 84? Because when you and I thought of this tournament and we thought the plan out, we are like, all right, cool. We have 5 rounds. The chat's going to figure it out. We don't have to worry about it. There's going to be a winner every single time. And of course,
right.
Curveball. The chat didn't even know who to vote for in that round. And 84.
That's how tight it was. That's how tight it was.
84 counted it over and over. And now we have new rules. We got to tell all the competitors to bring 6 books just in case we have to go to that 6th round, because we know there could be a tie now in the slab down. And to your point,
yeah, well, that could cause another tie. I think
I'm changing it. I'm giving that match 6 slab. It's a 6 slab match.
I think we might have to, because to bring a 6th book, because the one thing that we liked about the 5 matches was it was an odd number of like rounds in the match, so that there would always be a winner. But as far as the votes go, if they're tied, if it goes to 6, then someone could add extra round. But what if it leads to 3 wins versus 3 wins in 6 rounds? That's why we got to be careful with that. I think we just defer to the expert witness, dude. Expert commentary, and just
and that's another great way to, settle the score next time. And we probably will do that because, typically we bring in that expert analyst on that theme, so that'll probably be the next way we decide a tie if we have one.
Ooh, we got a few contenders that just came in.
Yeah, I just showed it.
Yeah, we got a few of them.
D-Rug said that
match sucked.
That was hilarious.
It was actually a great match.
Shout out to D-Rug. Shout out to Mr. Miracle. We also got the Immortal Biggie Shaq. We also have
Bake the Snake.
Bake the Snake. And he missed his review. You're going to have to catch out on the replay, Bake. And then we also have, it seems to be someone new to the channel, and I appreciate you for joining us. That's Second Street Marvel. He said he's not sure what's going on here, but he is here, and I appreciate you for being here. We are giving you the Slab Down recap as Comic Hit 84 and your boy Y290, aka 90MF Comics, have created a tournament bringing you one-on-one competition between members of the community with themed covers where the chat votes who wins each round, 5 rounds in each matchup. And we're bringing you a recap right now of the tournament that we have put together, so that way we can catch you up and anyone else that's not caught up, because we have some more awesome matches head up your way in the first round. And then as we're getting ready to show you right now, some matches that have led to the second round, and we're waiting to get to the second round, and that's right here, and that is D-Runk versus Mr. Garrel. And Mr. Garrel is headed to the second round in the Alex Ross matchup after we find out who is the winner of the Comic Books NYC versus Hot Rod the Rican, which was supposed to be the matchup for tonight, but due to Hurricane Dorian, we had to cancel that. We don't want any of the contenders being in any type of danger, because we all know Rod is a fellow Floridian as myself, and we've been preparing for this hurricane. So I appreciate you guys for joining us on this late night recap. But I will say NYC has been on the Friday night, fight show. Not to say that's going to give him an edge on the Slab Down. If I'm not mistaken, he has been on the Hunt as well. And not to say that's going to give him an edge on the Slab Down, but he's got that experience. He
came in on that unboxing battle with Bear Island in Discovery Bay.
That is absolutely
he was
right.
Heavy hitting on that too. And he also squared off. He was the first person to square off with Mr. Biggie Shaq on the Brainbuster trivia battle as well, and came out victorious there. So he's a hot prospect on the battlefield right now in general.
And you know what? I take back what I said. He might have the upper hand in this matchup because he's got the experience in the ring, not just in, the Friday night comic book battles, like you said. It's the Brainbuster trivia. It's the Hunt. He's all over the place. Kavi is just a man all over the YouTube comic book community, and he's going to bring that experience with him, and you know it because he's got the heat. He's got the heat.
He does. But one thing I know for sure is that the last time we introduced a combatant for the first time who had never battled was Mr. Chico Garrel. And look what happened with Chico Garrel. He came out in surprise. He shocked the world. D-Runk, I think, was a favorite in that match because we've seen Big Papa Runk out on the scene. He's got one of the hottest gimmicks on the scene. He's got one of the heaviest slab collections. You know, see a video that he dropped maybe about a week ago, his whole slab collection. He's stacked and jacked with books, big boy books, you got it, you name it, killer gimmick. And Garrel came in and shocked the world. You know, people knew that D-Runk was a combatant. So, you know, you never know.
Hot Rod could take the heat. You're absolutely right. He might come in and just shock the world. But
no.
I do feel like NYC might be the heavy favorite in that matchup.
Yeah, Vegas might have the odds skewed in his favor right now. But hey, that's why it's gambling, baby.
Hey, that's why. And if you guys have, if anyone's trying to hit up any sharks, hit up 84 outside of this.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Hit up 84 outside of this stream, and he'll go ahead and take your bets, and we'll get them on the books for you guys.
Yeah. Ooh, I just got a new bid, and let me just say, if I can just do a quick plug.
Oh, we're gonna have a quick plug, real quick. But we got a shout out to the NWO member Biggie Shack in the building. What's going on, Biggie Shack? And we also got my boy Javi with the Conquistador himself. So, what you got here? Oh,
this right here, as you know, the Raphael #1 slabbed situation signed by Peter Laird, of course. I just want to know it is sitting on eBay right now, and there's 3 hours left on the auction. So if this was a book that you were, interested in, on the eBays, there's 3 bids on it already. It's a feeding frenzy. But if you want to if you're curious, it's the only one, of course. This is the only slab Peter Laird of this book that exists on eBay. You know that.
Do I even want to know what the bid is up to on this?
I can tell you what it is. I think it's going to climb a bit further, but right now the bid is at $143.50.
Not bad at all for a signed Peter Laird and sketch Peter Laird, and he ain't signing books no more. So get on the eBay.
Yeah, I just mentioned that because I just saw my eBay thing just dinged. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So 3 hours left. If someone was interested in that book, it's probably I'm not setting the price, brother. Whatever the market dictates is what you can get it for.
That's too funny. Big Jack, don't eBay take advantage? I don't know about all that.
Take a percentage? Yeah, eBay does take a percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's it wasn't I gave community first crack at it, through auctions and Instagram. So I was like, you know what? Let me just bring it to eBay. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Let's see. Do I have any other slides? I know I have at least one more from this match that we haven't spoken about yet.
And we also have one more exhibition match.
Yeah, one more exhibition match right here. That was, dude, it was a last-minute match that we put together, and dog, it did not disappoint.
I will say one of the best matches that we put together. I think both the members of the community that stepped in last minute brought the heat, and in a sense, I think it was a theme that was perfect for both of them because they both brought some great books. And if I'm not mistaken, once again, 84, all 5 rounds. And the Cantonese Kid versus the Conquistador himself in the horror matchup cover.
Double J Javi with the guitar was always within reach, brother.
It was a ukulele. Get it right.
Oh, ukulele. Okay. And I think the match, just like kind of how Biggie Shack's match will go down in infamy with the Lookers covers, the NC-17 covers. I think Cantonese Kid, this match will always be remembered for when, he was selling his book and he's like, well, that cover is great about Javi's book, but this book's got a zombie fucking a cow in it, brother. And, the crowd went wild. On his rebuttal, he showed the panel. It was like a full page splash page of that act. And it was a clutch move. Cantonese Kid was the first one to really highlight like the inside of the book.
Yeah,
it's totally allowed. I mean, anything that can help bolster your case, dude, you can use it. And I thought that was an interesting tactic.
I'm with you right there. Jeff was hardcore Biggie Shaq. It was one of those books that he had, he wanted to make sure that, yeah, cool cover, but what's even, more horror than the cover is what's going on the inside. And I think he got his message across in the
Hey,
chat.
don't call the cow a whore.
Well, hey, my bad.
They might have been in love.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
But, if I'm not mistaken, he did win that round. But Javi did come out on top as the YouTube comic book community decided to walk with Javi, as I like that as Javi's probably go-to.
That's right. Oh, that's right. And Anthony's kid was also going hard on the comics code. He was like, "Yeah, that book's alright, but it's got the comics code on it, man."
Yeah, and you can't have a horror themed book with the comics code on it.
It was funny. That was a good match, dude. They had some good, even though you could tell they didn't really want to go in on each other. They still had some good.
They're good friends.
They're good pals.
Sure. Yeah, but Javi brought that second appearance of the Mummy, which was pretty dope.
Yeah, and he was like, this book doesn't need any fancy lenticular, because that was Cantonese Kid's final book, was a lenticular book. That was a Donny Cates book, I think.
Yeah, it was Baby Teeth #1. If I'm not mistaken, it was like the 1 in 50 variant.
It was a sick lenticular. It was like almost like a stained glass religious type of thing, like a Virgin Mary type.
It was super cool, and
it was cool.
It was heat that he brought, but Javi was able to squeeze out with that second appearance of the Mummy and won that exhibition matchup. And just like John's Comics with Kids, Javi has got himself a win and making his stake to be #1 contender at the Slab Down champion after we crown it after our tournament 84. And with that being said, what matches are we looking forward to outside of Hot Rod the Rican and NYC?
Right. So this is I need to make maybe a different looking bracket that has all of the people in the brackets to make it a little clearer, but essentially this is like the first round. So headlight cover match with Luce and Biggie, that went down. Villain cover, Legend of Miracle, that went down. We know these two have progressed to the Kirby match. Shiny covers is still on the docket. Who Dat T and Bear Island.
Ooh.
That one's going to be a spicy. Bear Island has already gave me a little taste. He says he has his books all stacked and jacked, lined up. I know one of the books that he's bringing, and I can already tell off that one book he ain't playing. I think Shiny Covers is going to be a really fun one, and I'm hoping we can still get Bueller for the third mic because he's the Shiny expert.
You're going ahead and just giving out our secrets.
Yeah, that ain't a secret.
All right. So we're hopefully bringing in the Shiny cover expert himself, Bueller, to be the third hot mic on that matchup. So can't wait for the Shiny covers matchup with Who Dat T versus Bear Island Comics.
Yeah, you ain't gonna want to miss that one.
Both experienced guys in the competitive comic book community.
Yeah. And for the next round, and one thing we're not clear is, we established this bracket a while back, a couple months ago at least, if not longer than that. One thing we're gonna see is if there's gonna be any, substitutions. I'm not sure, because the next round we have White Whale Comics and Smurf Bandito. Now, we know Smurf is OT right now. He's handling his business. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, right? Is that fair to say?
Very fair to say. So we might have to pull in someone from the reserves.
So it might be like...
Be on the lookout.
Some surprise matchups. White Whale might be in for a surprise, brother. Who knows?
We don't. Yeah, you're absolutely
it will be
right.
An animal cover, but it will be an animal cover match. And then beyond that, we already took care of team up covers. Burke Nasty and Bake. Bake proceeded from there. Bloody covers. Issues. Jeffrey Comic-Con. We got to get those guys lined up. Let's hope that pans out. Floating Heads, we saw how Garland D-Runk played out, and then NYC and Rican. So we've got the majority of the first round kind of taken care of. It's too bad that the Hurricane did not care about the slab down schedule.
Nope, did not care about the slab down schedule.
Because we had to, we've done some exhibitions to kind of keep that slab down appetite fed, but we do want to proceed to the tournament. So tonight would have been that. And I would propose this night. I think it might be in our best interest at this point to maybe run a couple of these matches on a weekday, on a different day at night, or something like that. So I would think people should stay tuned because that might be the wisest way for us to maybe accommodate some of these scheduling issues and get ahead of the game a little bit. What do you say?
Hey, it could happen. We just got to go ahead. We got to go ahead, just link up with these awesome competitors in the tournament and see. Just all I'm going to tell you is you want to make sure you have that bell notified so that way when it goes down, you're in the live chat to help decide who the winner is. And you want to stay tuned because you never know. We might be going live on the Comic Heads channel on the Slab Down.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. You mentioned that, appreciate that because we 90 says because the original we started this thing before your boy got banned. Right?
Yes, way before. Yeah, the tournament was in works before the 84 ban for sure.
Yeah, and we were gonna toggle back and forth between each match. He's been taking care of that duty since I got banned. 90's been saying, let's do it on the Comic Heads channel one of these times soon. I'm cool with that. The only thing I just want to make sure is I will feel kind of guilty if we don't get the kind of chat turnout that these combatants deserve, to weigh in the votes and everything. So if you're watching this and you're someone that regularly watches the Slab Down matches, you could sub over to the Comic Heads channel. That way, because I want to feel confident that we'll get the votes that we need and everything that we need to make it a good battle, just like everyone else had.
And you know what? And you bring up a great point, 84. And shout out to not just the competitors of this competition, but the viewers, the chat. Because
people that are voting,
they have shown up to every single match. And I know this is a recap, and we, for instance, we didn't expect a big turnout tonight and all that because it's not a match. But when we do have these matches go down, you guys show up, you give us your input, and it really means a lot to, of course, 84 and myself, for trying to bring you this tournament. And I'm sure it means so much more to the competitors themselves because they're coming out and showing their collection. And that's why
because I'm the one that's usually tallying up the votes, right? And I'm like, it's cool, man. Sometimes, it's between like 20 something votes. I remember there was one that was like 25 votes, 26 votes that did it. So when someone gets crowned, the winner of that round or the winner of that match, dude, a healthy amount of the community kind of giving them their stamp of approval. So yeah, definitely a big shout out to the chat interaction
and to the community, man, because it wouldn't happen without them. So shout out to you guys,
especially with Slab Down, the way we'd run like exhibitions and what have you. Like this is a community oriented thing, man. This league, you'll never know who you're just gonna see. Someone one day you thought all you were doing was just voting on the matches. You might be in the ring, brother. We might have some substitutions, and that.
You never know when you're gonna get a message from 84 or 90, baby.
We want you in, man. Will 90 and I, ever step in and match someone? Maybe we're not worried about that right now. We just want to facilitate. We're not like, like what was it that Suge Knight said? We ain't got to be all up in the videos. Come to death row. So
no, if you want to produce it, that's not all up in the songs, all up in the videos.
I'm happy. I'm happy putting on the spectacle, but I might have to knuckle up sometime in a slab down match.
And Tony said it earlier. 84, is thinking about getting rid of the mic, but
people think that the Macho Madness is just a commentator. I'd say because Macho's ready to square up with the best of them. I don't know if you see all those boxes back there are filled with explosives. Ready to detonate. Yeah. Cream of the crop. Never gonna change. Never have, never will. Yeah. So for now I'm just gonna Let them live before I make them die.
Yo, I like this, Big. I like what Big. Please submit training montage videos to 8490 to the next tournament entries.
Yeah. If you want to be considered for the for the exhibition match.
Well, if you want to, you can do that, or you can just send me a message. I mean, speaking of that, the exhibition matches, when we had mentioned like, hey, if anyone that wants to be part of this, please reach out to us, because like you mentioned earlier, this is a community thing. We want everyone to be involved in it. And Jeff Comics 813 immediately after that show was like, I want in. And then look at that.
Sure
exhibition match made it happen. So definitely, if this is something you guys want to be part of, please feel free to reach out to us. And I think that would be great if you did a training montage video. So if you do that, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely getting in that way. So, but 84. With that being said, you got any favorites in this tournament?
Favorites. Let's see. Can you pull up that the screen again? So. First, why don't we just go through favorite moments that we've seen thus far, right? Lucha and Biggie. I think Lucha Libre's entrance was one for the record books. The confetti, the math, the cape.
For sure.
Biggie Shaq, of course. Those books will go down in infamy.
Lucha also had the cheerleaders.
Yeah, he brings it, dude. In the mask, and I love when he gets angry, he starts talking Spanish.
No, it's fire. And of course, you had Biggie Shaq with those memorable books.
Yep.
Memorable mic skills as always with Biggie Shaq. I hear you there.
And he advanced, man. He advanced, so that was great. Legend and Miracle. I told you my favorite line that he dropped.
Just great mic skills, and then once again, great books from both competitors in this match, and just Mr. Miracle edging his way out against the great legend himself, man. And go ahead. Making his way to round number 2 in the Kirby round matchup with
I'm pumped for that.
I think that's going to be one of the best matchups in the tournament.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the best matches. Burke and Bake, of course. I forgot there was one line with that Burke Nasty said, but I remember he swore, and it was really funny. He got real badass for
Bake's entrance as well. Super memorable.
Baby and out the basket.
Coming out the curtain. Great stuff.
Garrel and D-Runk. I feel like every minute of that was classic.
6 slabs across the board, man. It was rated 6 slab matchup with D-Runk and Garrel. Yeah. So I'm with you there.
And why don't we and I'll bring the actual bracket up. Because like you said, as far as what's coming up on the horizon, right?
For the themes?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I see where you're going. And this is where we got second round. So in the second round, it's going to the creator round, as we'll have Jack Kirby with Mr. Miracle and Biggie Shaq, as you all know. And then Jim Lee, and we'll have the winner of Who Dat T and Bear Island, and either Comic Bandito or White Whale Comics will be headed to the Jim Lee round. And then, of course, we have the team up cover matchup, which is gonna be, if I'm not mistaken,
that was Bacon.
That's right. So Bake went ahead and won the team up cover matchup, and he is awaiting the I Got Issues and Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson match, and he'll be in the Todd McFarlane round. And then last but not least, we got the Chico himself awaiting in the Alex Ross theme from the winner of Hot Rod the Rican and Comic Books NYC. So that's
Frank
what you
White
guys,
himself.
Yeah,
I think the creator. I like that we're gonna pivot from the cover themes to creator themes. I like how it changes dynamic each round. So it'll be cool to see the creator round where they're not held down to the themes per se. We're just gonna see who's got the best examples of these guys' work.
And it kind of opens up the arguments of the books in a sense. It does, if it's a cover, if it's, a book that creator just worked on the inside, whatever is going to be your choice to, pitch your book. And I think you make a great point right there, 84. Like it's going to change up the whole dynamic and the whole game plan that these guys are going to have to put together coming into the second round. So it's gonna be great stuff, man.
And you know what? I think that's a good point too. Of when we get into these creator rounds, if they worked on the inside, I think it's fair game too. Like I don't think it needs to be a strict cover. It's just a book battle, brother. So if you want to highlight the cover, you can. If you want to highlight a panel on the inside of it, I'd say that's fine. If it's that creator's work on the book, go nuts. So I think the game really opens up on the creator round. Open that baby up. Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, man. Get that edge. And I'm super excited for that second round because it's definitely going to change it up. And remember, if you showed off a book already, Slab Down rules. You cannot show it again. So all the books in the first round that you guys saw, you're not allowed to see again. And if they bring those, you're wasting a book, if you bring that to the next round. So you have to be very selective with your books because once you show it, that is it. Because look what happens if you advance to the semifinals.
That's right. Because I think when we get to the later rounds, we're really going to see what people's collections are holding, because the first appearance, that tends to be a lot of people's like Grail type books is the first appearance keys. It's going to be basically a key battle in that semifinal round. Who wants to show off their certain first appearances? But this is Slab Down, so it's not always just what's the most valuable dollar amount. If someone gives a real heartfelt case or a strong case, it's a first appearance that might not be this big fancy book, but they're really passionate about that character. I could see someone making a strong case for why that first appearance book is important to them.
Yep.
Same thing for Grails. And that's why this is definitely very intentional that we put personal Grails on.
And that's going to bring those personal arguments to the table. And I mean, of course, we gotta wait till we're jumping the gun thinking about the finals right now, 84. But can you imagine the rebuttals that people are gonna have for their personal grails? When their grail has been attacked by the opponent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
straight up.
It's gonna be some great YouTube.
I think one thing for sure is this is a grueling tournament. So whoever gets to the end of this tournament, if you get through all these rounds and face all these badasses, like, dude, whoever that champ is, they really earn that. Like, straight up, dude. They really deserve some praise because it's one thing to face someone in a match or whatever, but, dude, this is grueling stages, and it gets harder and harder as it goes. So, much respect to whoever wins.
The next competitor that you face has gone through the trenches as well. It's just one of those things. As the tournament moves on, it's going to get harder and harder, and that person as well has been gaining that experience and it knows, kind of what they need to bring to the table, man. So it's going to be exciting, man. I can't wait. This is some great stuff. I want to thank you, 84, for bringing this incredible presentation for us tonight.
Yeah, it's like a science project I got here. My presentation to the class.
But you did a great job being able to lay it out and show everybody, and you killed the thumbnails as well. Shout out to you on the thumbnails for the Slab Down, and shout out to everyone in the chat, man. This has been your Slab Down recap, and I'm super excited to see what this next match between Hot Rod Rican versus Comic Books NYC. That is the next match that is booked on the bill, so it'll be coming your way next Sunday. Hopefully, as long as Dorian misses all of Florida and we don't have to, get rebuilt and houses rebuilt, we should be fine. I think we're all boarded up, hunkered down, got our food and whatnot. But as long as that passes over, we're bringing the Slab Down tournament your way next week. So not to worry. And who knows? Like 84 said, it might be coming during the week. So you want to stay tuned. Could even happen tomorrow. You don't even know. Could even happen tomorrow.
Right. I wouldn't be mad at that if a match went down tomorrow.
So, 84, with that being said, you got anything going on, brother?
I would say, as far as what I got going on, I would want people to be aware that there's a contest that I just dropped, right?
Okay. 84 contest. Who doesn't like that? 84 is always giving away fire.
Damn it. And this contest is for the Comic Heads channel, representing from the Comic Head.
Comic Head?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have the books right here or not. But what I'm trying to look for is to see if I could show people the what the prize books are. Yeah, I think they may be in the other room. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. It's a contest that, one of the steps is up to the Comic Heads channel, but I also pose a question to you. I think it's pretty fun, and I want people to choose, since the Comic Heads channel is a duo, a link up of me and Vasco. I want people to tell me what their dream duo would be for like a comic series or a show or a movie, and it can be from any comic book publisher, even if it's from a film or a video game or a cartoon series. Any two characters that you think would make the coolest union. We already had some cool entries. Gino Presents just dropped a video. He had a cool pick. Just to give you a taste, he had a cool Brains and Brawn pick, which was Juggernaut and Lex Luthor. He picked. Right. And it was pretty badass. So that's the contest. The two book the main prize is Marvel Secret Wars 1, right? And which that book's heating up. Secret Wars 1.
Yeah.
And Rise 0, First Bloodshot.
Okay.
So you'll get those two books. And the second place drawing is going to get that signed Absolute Carnage Boston Fan Expo variant signed by In-Hyuk Lee.
Bro, why didn't you hit your boy up on that on the DL, man?
You gotta enter. You gotta enter. I think Vasco has one.
All right.
You talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just enter the contest, bro.
Now I gotta enter the contest. I gotta get my bro. I want second place. If I win first place, can I get second place instead?
Yeah, if you win, you can choose any of the three. And I should mention that we got 4.8 thousand subs on that channel, right? 4,800. If we, by the end of this contest, can hit 5,000, so if throughout this contest we get 200 more subs and we hit 5,000, I'm adding a third prize.
Oh, okay.
An additional prize, and it's going to be a slab book.
Oh, and we already know it's not the one that's going to be off of eBay in about 2.5 hours. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet,
you want a piece of that, it's going to go soon.
So make sure you go check that out. Awesome, man. So stay tuned. Comic Heads giving away. Who doesn't love giveaways? Go check out the Comic Heads giveaway so that way you can be entered in it.
And Infamous entered it. I gotta make sure I check that out.
Yeah,
probably in the comments. And the last thing I mentioned on the thing is anyone can enter. So if you just comment in the comment thing of who your two people are and like maybe a little thing of why, that's one entry into the randomizer. If you make a video, it's 2 into the randomizer.
All right, there it is. You can get a couple of extra entries in there, yo. Shout out to Z Collects in the building, Latino Heat in the house. And hey, it might be a future slab down competitor right there.
Ooh, okay.
In the chat. I like it. I like it. So go check out my boy Comic Head 84 on the Comic Head 84 channel and on the Comic Heads channel. And all the 90 holics in the chat. I want to thank you guys for being here. And as you guys already know, YouTube is 90. And this has been your Slab Down recap. And as always, you can find me here every Sunday night to give you the Sunday night Slab Down matchups and or recaps now. And you can find me here every Wednesday as we review comic books, give you a little speculation, and everyone's favorite time, Javi's Variant Corners, Stash or Trash, where we look at upcoming variants where we're either going to stash them in our collection or we're going to trash them, man. So make sure you guys join us in the live chat for that. It's so much fun to be part of that. Yeah, it's a ton of fun, man. So make sure you guys are part of that on Wednesday night. As of last Wednesday, I wasn't going to be doing the show because I was supposed to be in Chicago for work, but now we have Hurricane Dorian, so I may be here. I don't know if I'm going to be giving you a Wednesday night show this week, but just stay tuned.
Don't worry, 90. Macho's going to go down to Florida and drop a big old elbow on Dorian. Yeah, I beat up hurricanes before. They can't stop the biggest arms in the business.
With that being said, we'll be bringing you that that Wednesday night show. And if I can't make it, that it'll be happening one way or another, either on High Lucha Libre's channel, D-Hide's channel, or the Conquistador channel.
My arms are Cat 5.
So, hey, who knows? Maybe even on the Comic Heads channel on Wednesday night.
No, your channel's the place to be.
Yeah, I appreciate that, 84. But thank you guys. You already know you can find me here every Wednesday, every Sunday night. Appreciate the love. And just remember, go get your books. And YouTube is 90. Peace. Stay safe.